Listen to me. Anybody can start strong, but it takes a different kind of man to fall, face the truth, and still come back swinging with dignity and no excuses. Listen, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. This is episode number 19. And this is yours truly, Coach D, leadership development coach, U.S. Marine and family man. Listen, man, listen. I'm telling you, life don't play fair. And there's certain things that happen in life that, yeah, we can take the blame for it. Like I'm the one that caused that to happen. Or we can just be victimized to where I had no play in it, but yet I'm still the one having to pick up the pieces. I'm still the one trying to figure it out. It doesn't matter which one you are, which category you fall into. What I'm going to tell you tonight is that you still have a responsibility. And your comeback, that's your responsibility. All right. Tonight, man, there's a young man that I really want to be able to talk about. And I want to share a little bit of his story, at least the incident that he had encountered, his setback I want to talk about. All right. So again, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday, where we really don't sugarcoat anything, man. I like to give it to you straight. And I do that purposely. If I don't sugarcoat the thing, then hopefully you can see it for what it's really worth. And hopefully you'll find value in what's being said. And you'll take that that's being said and you apply it to your life. So again, this is Real Talk Tuesday. I'm Coach D, man. Let's jump right into it. So some of y'all may have heard about a young man named Kyren Lacy from LSU. This young man had so much talent, and he had a great deal of talent to the point where NFL was already looking at him saying, man, you know what? This is going to be one of our prospects in the upcoming draft. So him having the dream to go to the NFL, of course, that's appealing to him. But sad to say, he never made it to the NFL draft. Why is that? Because Kyren Lacy ended up taking his own life. Young man. And when I think about that, the thing that drives me crazy isn't that, oh, it's just another young black man that had a short life that he lived. No, it's not just that. It's the fact that this is a young man, a person, period, that did not get to fill out or fulfill his life's potential. I'm not saying the league was his potential. I'm just saying, man, for him to be that young, I think he was 21 years old, and him to lose his life like that. Now I'm really starting to wonder, what was it that led up to Kyren's death? What was it? And so last week I had mentioned that the biggest thing that we can do is to be honest with ourselves. Like, we really want to be great, if we really want to have this legendary life that we live, if you will, we can't do it aside from being honest with ourselves. And again, just shooting you straight, man, leading up to right now, I had like mixed emotions on whether or not I wanted to continue Real Talk Tuesday, because I felt as if the type of traction that I've been looking for, or the impact I really want to make, or whatever, the growth, I felt like those things really weren't there. And I was like, man, you know what? Talking to one of my sons, like, man, you know what? I think I'm about to just wrap this thing up. But when I sat for a moment, and I'm really like being prayerful, man, I even ran it by my wife, and I'm just being prayerful. I'm like, man, should I? And the more I kept thinking about it, it's like, man, the question is, how much more do you want to do with this? Where do you want to take it? Because it's not a matter of if you should put it down or not. No, this thing is valuable. And there's some young men right now that need to hear what's being dropped on the Real Talk Tuesdays. And so you'll be doing them a disservice if you decided to call it quits and to tap out. I'm saying the same thing for you. Listen to me, young king. I understand what you may be feeling in the whole whirlwind of emotions that you may be going through right now. And I understand you may be feeling low after you done had this setback. I get it, man. More than most people, I get it. But that's not the time to tap out. And just like I decided to show up tonight, I'm asking you to show up. I'm asking you to show up again, and then to do it again, and then to do it again until you find your second win. Sometimes you got to force it, man. Like, even when you don't feel, especially when you don't feel like it, you have to force yourself to just be there, like get to the spot. That's it. I don't care if you're dragging butt right now, man. Just get to the spot. And if you can get to the spot and continue to show up, they say 90% of the battle is just showing up. No, somebody said half of the battle. Half of the battle is just showing up. And I want you to really understand that. Like, if you can just show up, man, you already halfway through. Like, and so for me tonight, I wanna really delve into Kyren Lacy, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. So here we go, man. And when I was checking out this story, man, like it really did something for me, because I work with the young men, as y'all know, man. I work with the young kings, and so to see this young man end up taking his life, something's not adding up. Like, what's really going on? And I started wondering, well, was he being honest, with himself? Was he being honest, with the people around him? Like, man, I'm really going through some stuff. I need some help. Was he being honest in that regards? And I don't know. I'm led to believe if he took his own life, that he felt like, man, there was no other choice but to go ahead and tap out. But if you can look closely at my hat, I'm about to zoom back in. But if you can look closely at my hat, you're gonna be able to see something. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick, and then I'll get back to the story. All right, if you can see it right there, it says today. Let me zoom in real quick because I want you to see this. It says tomorrow. You see it? Ain't promised, right? So some people come face value. They see tap and they're thinking, oh, I should tap out. No. TAP is an acronym. It stands for tomorrow ain't promised. So when we look at life that way, okay, tomorrow ain't promised. All I got is right now. I can't focus. I'm going right back to Kyren Lacy real quick. I can't focus on whether or not the NFL is going to still want me or not. I can't really focus on that right now because that's tomorrow. I'm gonna let tomorrow take care of tomorrow. But today, if I'm dealing with some heavy stuff that's on my chest, and I'm feeling like, man, the only way I can get past this or to really deal with this matter is to tap out, then I gotta prioritize addressing those issues. And so I've seen it, man. I've seen it to where young men would get these injuries, these season-ending injuries, and they can't play the game they love anymore. And while they had a physical injury, what really took a toll was their mental and their emotional well-being. That's what really took a toll. Because now the thing that the game that I love playing, maybe I found my identity in it. And we talked about that last week. So if y'all didn't see the video last week, man, like definitely go back to last week's episode 17, Real Talk Tuesday. Episode 18, Real Talk Tuesday. But I want you now to think about where we are right now. So with Kyren, let me get to him. With Kyren, I'm watching and I'm looking at this stuff, man. Check this out.
State police in Louisiana are releasing new video evidence of a deadly crash involving a college football star, but there's a fierce debate now over what the video actually proves. LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy was considered a top NFL prospect when he was charged with negligent homicide in Louisiana last December. Police say that Lacy was speeding and left the scene of the
I don't know what's going on with the audio. Let me try to go back in there and see why that isn't playing. Hold on. Let me try sharing it again. All right, here we go. Not that one, this one.
He was charged with negligent homicide in Louisiana last December.
Hear it, huh?
Police say that Lacy
nothing.
was speeding and left the scene of the crash, which killed a 78-year-old veteran.
You can?
Now, the story taking an even darker turn when Lacy died of an apparent suicide in April before his case could even go to trial. Now, video shows Lacy's green Dodge Charger driving in the wrong lane and passing several cars before the crash, which is out of view in the video. But Lacy's lawyer claims it shows the football star was too far behind the accident to have actually caused it. Our Ike Ajachi joins us now with more. So, what more are we learning from this video released by state police, Ike?
Yeah, Kira, the Louisiana State Police, they're doubling down. They maintain that their investigation was thorough and that their evidence they collected supports the conclusion that Kyren Lacy's actions behind the wheel of his green Charger forced those vehicles into maneuvers that eventually led to that fatal crash. Now, the Louisiana State Police, they released a full briefing video as well as a detailed crash report. In it, they acknowledge that Lacy did not physically collide with those crash vehicles, but they say that his actions forced those vehicles into those evasive maneuvers. Now, the Louisiana State Police also released body camera footage from a police officer who was involved in that initial investigation. In that video, you can see that officer talk to a witness who appears to point to Lacy's green Charger as the impetus of that crash. Take a listen.
It was the green Charger. The green Charger caused all this.
The green Charger collided with these cars?
He went right into
He went around that truck.
Okay?
He was passing up with
her right now, and she had no choice.
No, Charger going this way.
Going this way. Okay.
She was coming this way.
Okay.
They was going this way also. Mr. on brakes. She went to dodge.
Now, Kira, the Louisiana District Attorney's Office never formally charged Lacy. However, it is important to note that an arrest warrant was made and his case was scheduled to go before a grand jury at the time after he died, Kira.
And what's Lacy's lawyer saying about all this video now?
Yeah, Kira, Lacy's lawyer, Matt Ori, he says that the new footage is released essentially exonerates Lacy from him having any involvement into this crash. Now, he points to the crash data that essentially shows Lacy, yes, did in fact illegally pass 4 cars, but the data shows that he went back into his northbound lane. And at the time of the crash, he was over 70 yards behind those crashed vehicles. Now, it also shows officer body cam footage that appears to show an officer essentially leading a witness into blaming Lacy as the cause of the crash, even though that video shows that witness blaming another car initially, Kira.
All right, Ike Ajachi, thank you.
All right, so yeah, y'all saw the video, man, and you know, initially when it happened, you know, people were like, of course, blaming that they were blaming Kyren, you know, for the whole incident. Even here, you can see some of the witnesses still blaming him for the crash, even though evidence shows that he was more than 70 yards away from where the accident happened when it happened. They were trying to say that they were bracing for potential impact because they saw him, you know, speeding the way he was doing, you know, driving recklessly. And I'm not here to argue one way or the other. I'm not. What I'm here to show you is that even with the new evidence that's being released into the public, what I see is that a young man has experienced a major setback right now. Again, his goal is to go to the league, right? His goal is to be able to make it into the NFL draft and then, you know, be drafted by one of the NFL teams, which is cool. I mean, he's talented enough to be able to do it. He's been working his butt off to get there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But now that he sees that his dream is shattered because of this act of I don't know, this unfortunate act. I'll leave it at that. Maybe you can say irresponsible. Yeah, you can. You can say irresponsible because he's weaving in and out of traffic like that at a high speed. Whether or not he was rightly accused, I'm not here to argue that point. I'm here to say it's a setback that Kyren had faced. And with that setback, my question now is, I wonder what he was going through once he experienced, all right, we got a warrant out for your arrest. He turns himself in to the authorities. All right, we got a court date set for you. And it's potential because there was a death as a result of the homicide or as a result of the accidents. And you're the alleged, suspect, if you will, the cause of the accident. It's a good chance you're not going to make it to the NFL. Young King, man, I'm trying to compose myself. I want you to stop practicing playing the victim role. I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way. They're going to be like, man, how can you be so insensitive, Coach D? Like, I don't even get it. Man, this is another young black man that's being, victimized by the system and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what the circumstances may be, whether it was your fault legitimately or whether it was you were accused falsely. The point is, you still have a responsibility of coming back from that thing. That's my whole point. Many of us, we get setbacks, me included. I'm not going to sit up and hold you, me included. Like, I had setbacks where I'm like, bruh, I'm feeling like a whole failure. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm feeling all this guilt, and not just guilt. Now I'm feeling shame, like I am failure, like I can't succeed. Not that I failed, not that I messed up, but that I am a mess up, that I am a failure. I'm thinking like this. And as long as you stay stuck in that frame of mind, what happens, Young King, is that you never get out of that situation. And eventually you end up tapping out. Some people, they tap out differently. Some people are tapping out, man, I quit the team. I don't even care no more. They just ball up their dreams, they throw it away. I don't even care. Some tap out, man, they start, want to fight. They want to get the aggression out. They want to turn to violence. Maybe they want to shoot up some stuff. I don't know what it is, man. Some people, they default to some type of addiction. Man, I'm just gonna pour up, man. I'm just gonna have sex, man. I just want to just whatever drugs, like let me get high, bro. And then you got other people to say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna tap out altogether, like bump this. I can't see myself living another day. And they just whatever their method is, they choose to end their life. And I'm saying for you, that's not being responsible. Like, even with the setback, there's a certain responsibility that we have to make sure we maintain with the setbacks. This is what I learned a long time ago, Young King. I learned that the setbacks are nothing more than tests that are helping to define us, help us to evolve into the person that we're supposed to be. That's what it is. But we look at setbacks from the wrong perspective. And then we sit up there and we wallow in this defeat. And I'm telling you, man, you have a responsibility to handle that setback the right way. And that first order responsibility is to make sure that you orchestrate a comeback, like for real. But remember what I told you. You can have something that happens to you physically, like an injury or whatever it may be. But that's not the only thing that takes a toll. The other thing that gets hit and that gets damaged is the mental space, is the emotional well-being. Those things are impacted in such a way where you like, man, even if I do heal, I still feel like I'm wounded. I still feel like I'm injured. Why? Because mentally you are. You never bounce back. You never healed mentally. Emotionally you are. I can't trust nobody. That might be you. in a situation like that. Now I don't really do relationships like that, man, because I done been hurt before, and you ain't never healed from it. And so you find yourself staying stuck in that victim mindset and that victim role, and then all even the good opportunities that come your way, you just dismiss them. Nah, man, I already know what's gonna happen, man. Like it's gonna be something bad to happen again, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. No, listen to me, young king. You got a responsibility to orchestrate the comeback. And so with the young man Kyren, man, my heart goes out to you, man. I'm saying you, but I'm really speaking to the family, because you're not here anymore, unfortunately. But my heart goes out in that situation, and like it really does bleed for the parents, man. It really does bleed for his siblings, man. It bleeds for his teammates, his ex-teammates, his coach. Like it bleeds for his community, man. It really does, because that could have been avoided. I'm gonna give you this, man, because I don't know what's wrong with us as people. As people, we can be reactive, and we wait until something catastrophic happens, when stuff really hits the fan, and now we wanna do some stuff that should have been done ahead of time. So what we don't understand is that we don't necessarily rise to the level of our goals, man. We fall to the level of our training. We're going to default to that level of training. That's what I learned from the Marine Corps. I'm like, man, why are we going so hard? Like, bro, we be going hard in training. It's because when we got ready to deploy and go to Kuwait in 03 and we went to Iraq in 04, we went and we were ready. Like anything goes down, like if they hit us with some nuclear attacks, or they hit us with some type of NBC, like whatever, they hit us with mortars, like we already know what to do. They hit us with some with just fire in the trenches. We already know what to do, because we done train. Many of my athletes, you're training the body, but you're not training the mind. You're training the body, but you're not regulating the emotions. You're training the body, but you're not building up the spirit. And so now once you get hit with the setback, now you don't know how to respond. Now you start spiraling out of control, and you're like, man, I don't know what's going on with me, man. It just all of a sudden, like I just went black. No, young king. I need for you to start training this. Train your mind. Train your heart, your emotions, man. Train that. Train up, build up your spirit as you're training your body. So let's jump into it real quick, man. Let's jump into it. I don't have much time, but I want to make sure you get this, because I'm seeing too many young people that are talented that are falling. I'm seeing older people too, but I ain't really on the old people right now. That's somebody else's lane, right? I'm on that young man. I'm talking to the young king. I'm seeing so many of you falling. And it's like that old, I don't know if y'all ever seen the commercial, man, with the old people that will fall, like maybe they in the shower or maybe they in the living room, they're falling, they're like, oh, help, I can't get up. Like they were kind of like jokingly, like in a comical way, like talking about that when I was growing up. But now it's some real stuff, man. We'll fall and we feel like we really can't get up. But I'm saying you can. And to don't tap. All right. So anyway, here we go. Let's get to the King's Toolbox, man. Yeah. I feel you, Randy. I appreciate you saying that, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. So let me go to the King's Toolbox, man. So this is something that I like to give strategies, man, when I'm talking to my young kings. And the first strategy I want you to think about, first and foremost, when it comes down to us orchestrating this comeback, again, it's our responsibility. When we begin to orchestrate this comeback, I need you to see, I need you to do it in a way where you have dignity. Let me stop right there. Last week I had hit on this, but I'm gonna hit on it a little bit more right now. When I say I need for you to have dignity as you're orchestrating that comeback, dignity is nothing more than respect for yourself. And why do I say you got to have dignity? A lot of times we trying to get respect from on the outside, you know, people on the outside, y'all need to respect me, da, 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 da. But the real person that needs to respect you is you. And so when you're orchestrating this comeback, I need you to do it in a way where you know what, if ain't nobody else gonna show me respect, I can respect me because I know I did it the right way. I know I gave it my absolute best. I know that I did not cut corners when I was orchestrating the comeback, man. I know that I wanted it for the right reason. Like I wasn't trying to be on that, man. I'm just trying to get money. I'm just trying to get the girl. I wasn't on that. I was trying to put my family on my back, man. I wanted them to know that if they ever get in a situation like this, I want for them to have the same resolve to want to fight to come back from that setback. I was doing it because my little brother, I knew he had eyes on me and he was watching my every move. And I wanted to show him how to navigate the hardships, the adversities in life. I wanted to show him that. That's the reason why I did what I did. That's the reason why I chose to make the comeback, because I knew people were looking to me as an example. And so when you operate in that type of way, now you know that you're doing it with dignity. Now you know that if nobody else respects you, young king, you can respect you. And so anyhow, let's get into this king's toolbox, man. This right here is this right here. The first thing I want you to think about. If we're going to orchestrate the comeback, we need to make sure we make a decision first. All right, you got to make a decision. I know it may sound like, okay, well, duh, like I know that. No, like hear what I'm saying. I didn't say you got to choose to bounce back or to come back. I said you got to make a decision. Well, what's the difference, Coach D? Well, I'm glad you asked. The difference between making a decision and choosing, when you choose, you're saying I got other options. Right now, I'm choosing this. That's option A. But if I don't really like the way option A go, I'm going to choose option B. No. When you make a decision, you're saying I'm cutting off all the other options. And I don't have that. There is no plan B. There is no C, D, E, whatever other plans. All I got is the decision I made right now, which is to orchestrate a comeback. So in other words, if I make a decision to rise, I'm saying I ain't got no choice but to rise. To get up, to pick myself up off the canvas, I ain't got no choice but to pick myself up off the canvas. Like it ain't no, well, I tried to get up, but man, I fell back down. No, I'm getting up. Come hell or high water, I'm getting up. I don't care if the whole world against me and they want me to stay down. Listen, I'm going to get up. And so you got to make a decision to rise, young king. That's the first thing. Cut off all other options. It's going to happen. Or it's going to happen. That's it. Those are the only choices. The second thing I want you to do, I want you to think about doing the dirty work. Remember what I told you. If you get a physical injury, that's a season-ending injury. Okay, that's physical. You just tore your ACL. You just broke your ankle, right? You destroyed your, I don't know, whatever, your collarbone, whatever it is. You broke your back, your neck, whatever it is. It's a season-ending injury. I'm asking you to do the dirty work. It's one thing to do physical rehab. That's good, just necessary. But more than the physical, where the head goes, the body goes. I got to work on my mental. And so now this is where I need whatever you have been listening to, begin to take inventory. Man, is that really building me up? Or is that making me just get into a certain emotion to where, you know, maybe I'm hyped for a moment, but once that beat stops, man, I ain't really motivated no more. No. If that's the type of stuff you listening to, it may be good temporarily, but I need you to begin to really build up your mind. And the way I've done this, I started getting around I don't get around a lot of people, man. I'm just keep it real. Like I don't get around a lot of people. I really don't open up to a whole lot of people. There's just a certain people I know I can trust to open up to. And so I'll get around now, start asking questions. Like when you go through this, like what do you do when you go through it? How do you bounce back from this? And I just listen. I'm taking notes. Oh, yeah? Oh, so okay. You be thinking about your family. And they be motivating you, huh? Bet. Okay. So, but what do you do to get your mind right? Oh, you be reading. What you be reading? I'm like asking questions. Man, I just open up. I be reading Proverbs. I be reading, books about leadership. Or I start watching documentaries of, the what's that, the E60 on ESPN, man. Like, listen, catch you a good documentary, man. You're gonna see some of the most legendary people you've ever met. They had to go through something. Watch how they went through that. Their mindset was a huge factor in them bouncing back. But you got to do the dirty work. And part of doing the dirty work is what I had spoke about last week, where you got to begin to be honest with yourself. Man, anytime I catch an L, I'm finding myself, man, I start shutting down. Well, the dirty work says, okay, why do you shut down? I don't know, man. Like, they be pissing me off. No. Why do you get pissed off? And I want you to really like go as deep as you can, because the deeper you can go, you're gonna end up striking gold at one point. You're gonna strike oil, I should say, and you're gonna begin to realize, dang, that's where that came from. All the way when I was back when I was in first grade. Man, I ended up doing something, and my daddy chewed my butt out so bad that it broke me. Like, I didn't want to try no more. And so I just shut down. Like, that was that moment right there. Do the dirty work. Go as deep as you can. Dig. Figure out where these triggers are coming from. But now when you figure out where the trigger is coming from, again, you're responsible for your comeback. You can't sit up there and say, once you find out, oh man, daddy had did something in my life, and he, like, it was what he had did to me that caused me to act this way. No, you can't blame it on him no more, because that was what, 15, 16, 17 years ago. Now you got to begin to take ownership as a man and say, I bet this is what I got to work on. And again, I'm going back to somebody I can trust, somebody I'm looking up to. I'm saying, hey, I got an issue, man. Like I be shutting down, bro. Like, I shut down when I take an L, and I don't know how to bounce back from that. But I started thinking, and when I was reflecting, I started remembering a time when my dad had said something to me that shut me down, and man, I ain't been the same since. Like, how do I bounce back from that? Man, listen, bro. Like, just sit back and begin to listen to the wisdom that comes from that person. Just listen. And as you begin to listen, maybe it's applicable to you. Maybe you can use it. This is where you got to be able to eat the meat, but spit out the bones, as they say. There's some things that's going to apply. There's other things that are not going to apply. But don't get that twisted with, well, I just don't want to do it because now you got to eat. Like, now you're tripping over your ego. If that's the case, you're tripping over your ego, put that to the side. If you're going for help, like, actually receive the help and begin to apply the help. All right. It's just like coach giving you a play to run. If he give you a play to run, listen, you ain't gonna just start calling the audible inside the huddle just because you don't like the play call. You're gonna run the play. Same thing when you hear that mentor or whoever that person is you're going to, man, they give you something to run with. Like, run that play, man. Put pride to the side. All right. So, but you got to do the dirty work. That's step number 2. All right. Do the dirty work. And many of us, we don't like doing the dirty work because it challenges us to become somebody that we're not. And when it challenges us to become somebody that we're not, sometimes we don't like to admit that we're not that person already. Sometimes we don't like to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, yeah, man, it's your fault, bro. Like, this is where you went wrong. But remember what I told you, the comeback is your responsibility. But when you orchestrate the comeback, make sure you do it with dignity, right? Have respect for yourself. And the way you can have respect for yourself by being honest. At least I was being truthful with myself. I knew I was jacking up. I knew I needed to forgive my pops. I knew I needed to I knew I needed to practice being coachable in real life, right? So, yeah. Let me go to the last one, man, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Keep your head up high. And I know it may sound, cliche, like people say, like, keep your head up, bro. Like, it's gonna be all right. We hear that often. Like, keep your head up. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna get better. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't feeling what I'm feeling. You know how we be thinking. But there's some truth to that, man. There's some value to that. And I'm asking you, young king, to challenge yourself when you're orchestrating your comeback to really keep your head up. Because you can't go through life like this and you just constantly looking at the ground. You missing opportunities that are coming your way. The opportunity that comes may be the very person that you needed to be able to confide in. They come into your life, but if your head is down, you're going to probably miss that person coming into your life. If you're feeling all sad about your situation and you all depressed, I'm hearing that word being thrown across too often, man. Like, man, I'm depressed. Like, shut up. I'm crashing out. Shut up, man. Stop speaking that stuff over yourself. I get it that you're in a low state right now, but stop pronouncing it over you. You are not depressed. You're not. You may be feeling signs of depression. You may be feeling really low. You may be feeling really sad or really hurt, offended, insignificant. You may feel that way, but that's not who you are. There's a difference. And so I'm asking you in this moment, man, to practice holding your head up, bro. When you're sad, hold your head up. It's not so you can, it's not to take on something prideful. Look, I'm not saying that part. I'm saying hold your head up, man. Like, be positive, in other words. Man, yesterday was horrible, bro. But today, I'm committed to making it a good day, like, for real. And one of the best ways I've learned to hold my head up is showing gratitude for what I got. First, you got breath in your body, D. Man, thank God. Like I appreciate it, Lord. Secondly, you got wife and you got kids still rocking with you, man. Like, you still got them. I'm grateful. Man, you got an opportunity. You got 10 hours available today, man, to do whatever you want to be able to pick yourself up. You can get into a book, man. You can listen to a good video, Real Talk Tuesday, maybe. You can listen to a podcast, you know what I'm saying, that's really going to speak to you, that's going to build you up. Like, you got opportunity to rebuild, to recover, to bounce back. And so I want you to be grateful. And the biggest way that we show that we appreciate a thing is not necessarily just saying thank you, it's showing thank you. So if you got time, you're gonna make sure you do right by that time that you have. You got time to get your mind right, I'm gonna do right by actually doing something to get my mind right. If I really appreciate my wife, I'm gonna show her that I appreciate her. Baby, listen, let me rub your feet. Let me feed you, right? Let me do something for you. Kids, let me show you that I really appreciate you by spending time. And I'm saying again, hold your head up. And the biggest way to hold your head up is to begin to be grateful. Find things that you're grateful for, man. And you're gonna find yourself orchestrating a comeback where you're gonna be able to respect yourself, and in turn, people gonna be able to respect you as well for how you made that comeback. So as we get ready to head out, man, I want you to do this for me. If you found value in what I'm saying, I just want you to type one thing in the comments for me. All right, just one thing. That's all I'm asking. Comeback. That's it. If you found value, man, if it hit home in any kind of way, I just want you to just type comeback in the comments. And I want you for real to make a decision to rise up, to do the dirty work, and then to keep your head high. Again, shout out, man, to the Lacy family. I'm definitely praying for you guys. And matter of fact, I feel it on my heart, man. Like, I'm just gonna pray right now. I typically don't do this right here, but I'm just gonna pray right now because I just feel, man, it's that time, man. It's that time to be not just real, but to be bold, but be bold with compassion. You know what I'm saying? This that time where we got to be compassionate, you know, towards one another, empathetic, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the time right now. And for those on, man, please feel free to join me. But Lord, we just thank you for being good to us, Lord. We thank you for continuing to have our best interests at heart, Lord, and you just orchestrating our moves. I know, Lord, there's times when we feel as if, man, I don't know what to do. We feel lost, we feel helpless, and we feel as if there's no way we can bounce back from a thing. And I can only imagine that's what Kyren Lacy was feeling when he was going through what he went through, and that's why he chose to end his life. But I wish he would have thought more about the people that were going to be left behind picking up the pieces. And I wanna just pray for his mom and for his dad and for his siblings, for his family, Lord, for his teammates, that in this time, Lord, that you'll give them, you help their hearts to heal, that you don't just comfort them, Lord, but help them to recover from this. I know they won't ever be the same, but allow them to be able to heal enough, Lord, to where they have strength to keep going, that they too won't choose to end their life. I ask, Lord, that there's any kind of heaviness that they're dealing with right now, which I know it has to be, Lord. After losing my brother, I know how that feels. But I'm asking, Lord, that you'll help them carry the load, that they'll realize that they're not in this thing by themselves, Lord. Show them the people that you sent to help them carry this load. Lord, help them to be open to receive that healing, Lord, to truly bounce back and to truly have a comeback from their setbacks. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. But now, man, with all that being said, this is Real Talk Tuesday. Next week, man, we're going to jump into something I feel is very necessary, and I want you to stay tuned. So 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, we coming right back at you, man, for Real Talk Tuesday. And just to kind of give you a sneak peek, man, what we're going to be discussing. Drum roll. No, we're going to talk about redefining the win. All right, so redefining the win next week, because what I learned is if we really gonna make a comeback, yeah, we want to do it with dignity, but we gotta know what the end result looks like. What's our desired end result? And so we're gonna redefine what that win looks like. All right, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna break it down all the way for you. So with all that being said, remember what I told you, young king, you are a winner, but winning is a choice. So whatever you do, do not quit. This Coach D. Before I go, I need for you to make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button and catch us next week. I'm out.